Hello children, are you all ready with your ebooks? So welcome for another session of 9th class English language and literature. So probably we may conclude the lesson, the young girl, that is the little girl today. So let's quickly move on and a quick recap. Yes, shall we go ahead with? Yes. As what of the mischief unknowingly she did, Kezia did it, she had to have the punishment. She had to face the punishment, being beaten up by a ruler on the palms, and she was bitterly crying. Then who was the one to console her? It was her grandmother to console. And then she started saying that, come on, it's nothing to worry. She can easily forget this and that, because usually elders, they say the same thing. But do you think that Kezia could forget that? No, she did not forget. And always she used to carry the same fear whenever she used to face her father. And as soon as she sees her father, immediately she used to keep her hands at the back to not to have any more punishment. And let's move quickly for the children. Yes, please get ready with your ebook and also have your running notes along. And now let's move on with the 9th paragraph. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. The father with the baby, Mao, on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging onto his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Once she saw the boys turn the hose on him, and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. So this whole paragraph, ninth paragraph, children, it really leaves a beautiful scenery if you try to visualize. Then being such a young girl, such a little child, Kezia, she used to observe the neighborhood family. They were McDonalds. McDonalds in the sense Mr. and Mrs. McDonald. So they were the farmers. They had some chicks. They had some other cattle with them. They used to take care of them. And how many children they had? 5 children. Then the scene is beautifully described here. So she used to see through the hole of the fence. Fence is nothing but, like with the concrete, usually the compound wall is constructed for the independent houses, right? The front and backyards are covered usually with this. But even instead of having the concrete structure, even fencing also can be used. Fence. So through that fence, there was a hole. So through the hole of the fence, she used to see what's going on in the neighborhood family. So it was a McDonald's family where they had 5 children. Then she used to observe them playing in the evening daily. So one of the youngest one, he used to sit on the head of the father. Then 2 more used to hang by taking the help of his pockets of both the sides of coat. So try to imagine, one young one is sitting on the head, the other one is just sitting right toward the pocket, even another one also is hanging with the help of the pocket the other side. And one or 2 boys, they were trying to put water on him with hose, in the sense with a pipe. Like usually we use the pipe to water the plants around, right? So they used to. But he was so sportive, his father. He used to burst out into laughter and he used to catch them and all. And they used to play tag. They gave the name tag. Children, tag is nothing but, you will usually call it a catch, run and catch game kind of a thing, no? One would run and the others would catch. Then the one is caught is out. So that kind of a game they were playing. So even the children, however happily and merrily they were playing, the same way even their father also was involved that merrily in that game. That is what really touched the young mind here, that is Kezia. Then 2 little girls hanging on his coat pockets ran around and round the flower beds. There are flower beds in the sense small plants which have got many flowers here and there, like a bushy plants, So she decided there were different sorts of fathers. Then she concluded, we can't even say decided, though they use the word. Then she concluded that, it's not that only my father is like this, but there are many different kinds of fathers available. There are different sort of fathers in the world. So McDonald's is one kind and my dad is another kind. Then let's see what happens further. Suddenly one day, mother became ill. Who became ill? Kezia's mom was sick. She was unwell. And she and grandmother went to hospital. Then immediately she was taken to the hospital to get her health checkup done. Then it was Granny to take her to the hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice the cook. Then the young girl was all alone at home with the help of whom? Alice the cook. So who was the cook? What was the name of the cook? Alice. So Alice was taking care of the young girl at home as she was all alone because her mom was unwell and she was taken to the hospital by her granny. That was all right in the daytime. So during daytime she could easily manage. She did not really bother and she could manage with her daily work, this and that. But while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. Then as it was in the night after her dinner, then Alice, when she was asking Kezia to go to bed and sleep, then she grew suddenly afraid. Then she started frightening. Oh my God, all alone. How do I sleep all alone? And it's night and my mama is not with me. My mom is in the hospital. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. What is nightmare, children? Nightmare is nothing but a bad dream. Do you all dream? Whatever the thoughts, they linger in your mind due to any of the reasons, due to the serious cinemas what you watch or fiction cinemas what you watch. They linger in those thoughts, they linger in your mind, and the same thing you see in your dreams. Usually it is said to be so. Then she asks, oh my God, I am all alone and Alice, you are asking me to sleep, and if at all I get a bad dream, what would happen? I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. Then she says, I often it's such every alternate day or every week or twice in a week, usually, always, I get nightmares, and whenever I have these nightmares, immediately my granny hugs me and takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. Then she says, oh my God, no, I can't sleep all alone because I want either my granny or my mama with me in my bed. I can't sleep because I feel it so whispery, in the sense something so fishy. I hear the sounds if I sleep. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice. So being a cook, what else can she advise children? It was her own duty, right? Then she was saying, it's okay dear, please go to bed and sleep. Try to sleep. Pulling off her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. Then she's also saying, your dad is already tired coming from the office, so he's sleeping comfortably in his room. So don't scream aloud. If at all you have any nightmare, don't scream aloud. Don't loudly say something. Your papa will wake up and again you will face some problem. But the same old nightmare came. But as she was just thinking, as she was guessing, as she was predicting, same thing happened to the young girl, that is Kezia. The same nightmare came. The butcher with a knife. So what is the dream? Let us see, children. She's describing what is a regular dream which she would usually see in her dreams in the night time. There is a butcher with a knife and a rope who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. So what was the nightmare, children? In the nightmare she would see a butcher. Who is the butcher, children? Butcher? The butcher is the one who usually sells the mutton and chicken. You go to the shops to eat non-vegetarian food, no? So he is the one to kill and cut them into pieces. So usually it is said to be so that butchers are so cruel, they are never kind and they are so unkind. That's how they are able to kill even the animals, right? So she would see a butcher holding a knife in one hand and a rope in the other hand, and he would come closer and closer to Kezia, and Kezia would be standing still as she was unable to move. Then he would have a cruel smile on his face. This is what is a nightmare always she used to see in her night dreams. So as soon as she dreamt the same thing, immediately what did she do? She screamed aloud, calling her grandma. Grandma, please come and save me. Then whom could she see standing side to her? It was her father. It was her father just standing beside her bed, a candle in his hand. What was he holding in his hand? A candle. Then immediately he questioned the little child. What's the matter? He said. Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want Granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. He lay down beside her, half asleep still, with the butcher's smile all about her it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. So this 11th paragraph tells you all about the original characteristic feature of the father. So till then, whatever the version she had given us all about her father would completely change in our children. That's what at the beginning itself they said, no, whatever the fear she had would convert it into understanding the love and affection of her father. So this is where we will understand. So when her mom was unwell and she was taken to the hospital, when she dreamt something nightmare and she was screaming for her grandmother, who came running to take care of her? It was her father. Then as she replied to his father saying that I want Granny because I have seen a nightmare, there is a butcher with a knife running and he's trying to catch me. Then what did he do? Immediately he took the child in his hands and he carried her to his bedroom and very comfortably he made her lay down in his own bed. And then as soon as she was just laid down, then what did the young child do? Immediately she crept close to her father and she hugged her father because she was, as it is, half asleep and she was frightened so much. She was wanting somebody to really be close to her, consoling and telling her that nothing would happen. She was wanting the support, physical and moral support, to hold her tight. Then it was her father to hold her tight at that night. Then what did she do? She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. The young children, how did you all do it when you were so young children? The same thing she did here. She just hold him so tight and she put her head under his arm because that gives a lot of warmth and a lot of security to the young child. Like there is no other heaven children other than the laps and the hugs what you receive from your dad and mom. Am I right? Are you all feeling that? And as I close my session, just hug your parents tight. Yes. Then the dark did not matter. She stayed still. So see children here, as soon as she felt so secure, because do you think any other place can be much more better than this? As she was just tightly hugged by her father? Never and nowhere, not even heaven, as I said. Then she happily slept. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. Then she was said, further, if at all you are feeling cold, dear, please rub your feet by putting them and rubbing across my own feet. So that, because usually, to have the warmth, what we do, we rub two surfaces. Am I right? Similarly, he was saying that, come on, you rub your feet to my feet. So automatically, even you will feel warmth. So he suggested her further to do that. Then tired out, he slept before the little girl. So as he was sleeping, even he was half asleep, then he slept before the young girl slept. A funny feeling came over her. Then the young girl had a funny feeling. Poor father, not so big. After all, and with no one to look after him, he was harder than grandmother. But it was a nice hardness. So see children, now you all remember in the other module, she explained about her father. He's so big, his neck is big, his hands are big, and especially when he yawns, his mouth is so big, as if he would swallow the young girl. All these things she said, you all remember? And finally she compared her father with what? A giant even. You all remember? So now what she says, hey, come on, my dad is not that big here. my dad is not that bad also. My dad is seems to be a little harder physically because he's a male. My grandmother is soft, but as there is nobody to take care of him, he has become harder. So now she is being convinced that whatever is her father is of course very fine. But it was a nice hardness, and every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly and sighed. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? Then see children, the realization. Though she's such a young girl, she had a great realization here, feeling that, oh my God, my dad, after all, he is the only and one and only earning person in my family. Since morning till evening, he works like an ox. And he earns for us and he takes care of my family. And I did a mischief of tearing his wonderful and beautiful and important writing. So that's how he was angry. Otherwise, he's not that bad. He's good, she thinks. Then as soon as she realized, she immediately just moved and she sighed, in the sense, with a great relief, she just exhaled. Inhale and exhale, that. Then as soon as she moved a little, as a very caring father, immediately he responded, what happened, Kezia? Why are you moving? Did you dream any more further nightmare? Then what did the girl say? Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. Yes. As I said, she was just sleeping under the arm. Am I right? Under the arm there is a heart. So as she was just putting her ear on his heart, and she said, oh dad, how big is your heart? I can hear it. And you are my lovable father. Oh dad, what sort of big heart you have. So children, she's keeping aside all the other descriptions aside, saying that he's big, his hands are big, his mouth is big, neck is big, all those things she said before, right? Now finally she concludes, as I'm able to hear heartbeat, dad, I really understand that what sort of a big heart you have. So you are so kind hearted, you are so loving, you are so caring, you are really doing what my granny and my mom would do for me during the nights if at all I see any nightmare. I love you, dad. So finally Catherine Mansfield, the author, says that this would be the association of a girl child and a father. Have you all understood, children? Whenever you are sick or unwell, you go to the doctor and doctor prescribes some medicines, especially if it is a tonic kind of a thing or a syrup, something. It won't definitely taste good always. But you know that until and unless you take the medicine, you will not be alright. So definitely your parents would force you to take the medicine in time, and that because they want to see you growing alright always. So always the good things, they taste bitter, but finally they would definitely lead you to the success. So how Kezia's father was sounding to be so strict, and he was going on instructing her, commanding her, that was nothing but to let her know what is right and what is wrong. So the same thing, my dear children, being the teachers, like we are the second parents, as you, school is your second home. Whatever we do it, sometimes we even feel, even we are hurt while we speak a little rude to you, but we don't express it out. Sometimes we punish you, we tell you very harsh that no, you can't do this, don't do this. That is nothing but to show you the right path to walk in. But finally, we are all your best well-wishers. Hopefully all of you might have understood the lesson, and what is the love and affection you will have it with your parents, you might have got to know. Am I clear? So to sum up with this last module of this lesson, finally in this module she would come to know about the love and affection and the caring nature of her father, where she would experience as her mom was out, as she wasn't well, she was taken to the hospital. When she got to see the nightmare during her night dream, then it was her father to take wonderful care of her. Then she concludes saying, my dear dad, my dear lovable dad, I rightly now know that what sort of a big heart you have. Then she concluded saying this. Isn't it very wonderful, children? So as I said, please give a great hug to your parents today. And also don't forget to attempt my worksheets as well, children. So let's meet in the next session. This is Vijaya signing off. God bless you all.